May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And personally, my feelings towards these type of holidays, such as Mental Health Awareness Month, September Suicide Prevention Month, November, World Bipolar Day, my feelings are mixed on this sort of holiday, these type of attention drawing events. I'm all for spreading awareness and information about mental health conditions, about mental health illness. I think that these holidays are excellent in terms of providing people the opportunity to share and delineate their own experiences in the hopes of perhaps inspiring others, resonating with others, letting other people know that they're not alone in their own individual struggles. I think that these types of holidays can be great for particular actions as it relates to, funding and resources and perhaps even lobbying. I think that they're great opportunities to try to turn our good intentions into actual action. And I think that part is integral. Actions are greater than intentions. We can all have positive intentions, but if we don't actually act on those positive intentions, what good does that do us? What good does it do us if our hearts are in the right place, but we fail to act on our hearts? And so there's many different types of actions that we can take on an individual micro level and even on a more societal macro level. On the individual level, getting involved could mean something like speaking to a close friend and asking them this pivotal question: how are you really? I'm not talking about that kind of conversational, how are you? That we just kind of like throw in almost as like a filler sentence into conversations. When people ask that question, their expectation is not for you to answer truthfully, it's just to carry on the conversation. Oh, I'm doing good. How about you, Chuck? Oh, I'm doing good too, Paul. Thanks for asking. Like, it's used as a filler. It's not meant to provoke a deep conversation, and that's what I want to see more of is these deep conversations in all of our relationships, because I think that they're highly beneficial in terms of relatability, sharing and learning from each other's experiences and finding strength in each other's resolve and resilience. It's just a unique opportunity. So you could talk to a friend, talk to a loved one, ask them, how are you doing really? It's important to include that word there. So it's not just filler, but you're actually trying to engage in a serious dialogue. One aspect of Mental Health Awareness Month and the type of holiday that proclaims to spread awareness is it's oftentimes utilized by corporations or other prominent officials and organizations to say that they're doing something about mental health by sending out a company email that says Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you're lucky, they'll even tag on a resource number you could call for suicide support, if you need someone to talk to. Like, many companies don't even do that bare minimum. It's just a simple Mental Health Awareness Month. We care about our employees. Have you considered doing yoga or taking deep breaths? There's an oversimplification inside a lot of these awareness styled holidays and events in the calendar year. There's not a whole lot of action that actually gets done, but it's a lot of expressing. And expressing is good, it's okay, but it's not enough on its own. We do need actions because every single day there's someone out there committing suicide. I have a diagnosis of bipolar type 1 with psychotic features. And I feel like, with the exception of, like World Bipolar Day, which I am grateful that we do have, a lot of these other styles of holiday like Mental Health Awareness Month, it's very vague. It doesn't exactly provoke serious discussion about the wide range of mental illnesses there are. I think many people, this is what I'm trying to say, is I think many people kind of dismiss this as like the basics of mental health. And that's why you get this ridiculous advice like, oh, do yoga for 15 minutes, walk around the block, or take a cold shower, take a hot shower, cook. Like things that we already do throughout our days, anyways. And the assumption is that we're not doing these basic things. And in some cases, we're not because of how extraordinarily depressed or the severity of a mental illness we may be dealing with. But that's beside the point. I digress. It bothers me that there's an oversimplification. I wish that more time was dedicated towards illnesses like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, schizoaffective, so many other mental illnesses, and that it wasn't just dismissed as a simple, oh, you're feeling anxious, or oh, you're feeling sad. Like, mental health goes well beyond the scope of that. And I understand that it's rare. Like, in my particular case, my illness, only 1% of the world suffers from it. In the United States, that number is significantly higher at roughly 4%. 4% of the US population suffers from bipolar disorder. But that's still an incredibly low number. We're talking about 1 in 25 people. And so it's hard to foster an environment, to assimilate people into this environment of understanding that mental illness is 24/365. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. People are dealing with serious mental health issues. And we should take full advantage of these holidays as opportunities of expression and action towards supporting ourselves, supporting our friends, supporting our communities, supporting our world. It's a unique opportunity, but we don't want to use it as an excuse to dismiss it at other points of the year. Just because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, it doesn't mean we shouldn't be spreading awareness in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, right? These are all excellent opportunities to do the exact same thing. So don't neglect that opportunity. Be aware that mental health is a 24/365 issue, and opportunities will emerge both inside and outside of these distinctive, unique holidays. What I would really like to see in the future, at some future period in my life, I would like to see a culture that principally prioritizes treatment over punishment. I'm talking about as a cultural phenomenon, treatment over punishment, and the recognition of mental illness for what it is. It does not define someone, but when it impairs someone, that someone, very arguably, I think this is a self-evident truth, but very arguably, they are not their actual selves. When someone loses control of their central command center or is impaired by any kind of mental illness in any kind of way, on any degree, it's significant. It's extraordinarily significant. And I think as a culture, we should embrace the opportunity of giving people second chances, recognizing where they're truly culpable, responsible, accountable, and assigning and attributing blame to the correct place, not the person, but the illness. I think that people with mental illnesses stand to make a profoundly positive difference in this world. I think they are uniquely resilient in ways that the general population really can't fathom because they just haven't gone through the same eclectic range of daunting experiences that mentally ill people have. And so I think that it's intrinsically rewarding at an individual level, but I think that it's rewarding to all of society at large in the long run and the short run to give people with mental illnesses a voice at the microphone, to give them the opportunity to make something of their lives, to not punish them for something that was not their fault. And I think that's what the true question should be. Do we want to be a society that punishes people for things that weren't their fault? And we could get deeper into the debate of responsibility versus culpable versus accountable. But the main takeaway here is that simple question. Do we want to punish people for things that are not their fault? I have my position on it. You know my position. I think that we got to seize the opportunity that has presented itself for us. The opportunity to share, inform, inspire the world. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.